guys, it's Kat and I'm here with a really simple tutorial on smoky eyes for smaller eyes. The key with doing smoky eyes if you have a smaller lid space or smaller eyes is really trying to extend your lash line out, and that in turn will really open up your eyes. You'll see when I start the tutorial that I have one eye without makeup and one with, and you can really see the difference in my eyes and how dramatic of a difference it'll make by using smoky eyes, which is kind of different than what you may think. A lot of times when girls do smoky eyes, it tends to close up your eye a little bit more and kind of, you know, cut your eyes short in a way. By really focusing on your lash line, you can really open up your eyes but still achieve that smoky look. This is the look that I have on right now. And like I said, it's really simple. I use my Naked palette for this, but you can really use any palette you want. This is really just a technique for you to use. So yeah, let's get started with the tutorial. So I've already gone and done this eye, and I also have my foundation on, which I'm using the Vitalumiere Aqua from Chanel, which is my favorite foundation of the moment. So I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked palette for all of the shadow. So I started off by priming my eye with the eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to go in with just my like a 217 big fluffy brush, and I'm going to take Half Baked, and I'm going to take that all over my eye. And I'm really just loading up my brush and tapping it on just so I get the most payoff. I'm also going to sweep some underneath. I'm going to go with the color that's next to it in Smog. And I'm going to take just that highlighter brush from e.l.f. I really like this as a crease brush because it's pretty stiff but still really soft. And I'm going to push that into right above my crease. So I'm really just hitting my bone and bringing it over. And then once I've done that, I'm gonna create that V, outer V, with whatever's left on the brush and bring it down. Just to give the darker color that we're going to use next a little bit of a base. It's going to make that a little easier to blend in. And then I'm also going to take that underneath my eye and connect to my lower lash line. With a pencil brush and Hustle, which is that purpley brown color over there. And I'm going to use this in my outer V. So I'm just going to tap that on. And darken up that corner. And once you get that V going, which is really just following your crease and connecting it down to your lash line, I'm just going to blend that to the bottom. And take that last brush and blend it out a little bit. I'm going to go in with my gel liner. You can use any gel liner, and I'm just going to use my Clinique gel liner in True Black because I really like how dark the color is. And then I'm going to trace along my line, my lash line. And then I'm going to take my brush and turn it the other way and use that to kind of follow my bottom lash line. That's how you create your wing. And I'm just pulling it over with whatever's left on the brush. Now, working really quickly, I'm going to take a angled brush, and I'm going to go in with this dark color right here called Creep. And I'm going to load up my brush. And I'm going to smudge that. So I'm just pressing in the color first. And then going along that line that we drew and blending it out and smudging it. You just get this really pretty controlled smoky effect. And since we pulled out the liner, it really opens up your eyes, especially if you have small eyes. But you still get that smoky effect. I'm going to continue building that color. That crease brush that we used again, and just blend out that outer edge. And just go back and tweak everything to make sure everything looks even. I'm going to take that gel liner again, and I'm going to line my waterline. Now once that's all done, I'm going to go back and with just a matte cream color, I'm going to highlight my brow bones. Shimmer and drama going on the eye. Just something subtle to highlight. For my brows, I'm going to use Buck, which is also in this kit. And I like to start, when I'm using powder, just on that bottom line. And then spreading out that powder from there. And then I go back and really define that corner and come down. I like Buck when I do smokier looks just because it defines my brows, but it's not too much. And then you're going to curl your lashes. And then I'm going to use my 1x1 mascara from Maybelline. Now to go back and clean up any of that fallout, I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and kind of sweep under there. And then for my concealer, I'm going to be using my MAC Studio Finish in NC30. My MAC bronzing powder in bronze. And I'm just going to use a Flawless face brush from Bare Essentials. And I'm going to use that to contour and bronze up my skin. I've been really liking this powder just for really giving a bronze look to the effect more so than contouring, so. For my blush, I'm going to use Smooth Talker from Hard Candy on the same brush. I'm just going to tap that in the product really lightly and kind of pat that to the outer edges of my cheekbones. I find that this color in particular is a really good color if you just want some subtle flush. I'm going to take my Mineralize Skin Finish Natural on a big kabuki brush so it's really light and just powder up and set everything. Take Mauve It Over from Revlon. And then I'm going to take Blossom from e.l.f. and just put that on top. I'm just going to add a little bit more shine to my face. I'm going to use Shell from MAC. I'm just going to warm it up in my finger and just tap that onto the high points of my cheeks. So that was it, and this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's pretty simple, pretty bronzy with the Naked palette and what I used. And this definitely is a go-to look for me. I do this on most days and most occasions. It's just really easy, and I hope you guys like that. I don't really do that many makeup tutorials, but I'm hoping to start to do more of them now that I have a better camera. And yeah, I hope you guys like that. Let me know what you think, if there are any specific looks you'd like to see, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!